And welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Pesha. Great to have you with us this evening as we continue to bring you some of the day's biggest top stories and headlines. One of the headlines that we are seeing come across our way is from President Trump himself, putting this out on Truth Social, saying, "I just had a very good telephone call with President Xi of China. We discussed many topics, including Ukraine, Russia, fentanyl, soybeans, and other farm products. So we have done a good and very important deal for our great farmers, and it will only get better. Our relationship with China is extremely strong." This call was a follow-up to our highly successful meeting in South Korea 3 weeks ago. Since then, there has been significant progress on both sides in keeping our agreements current and accurate. And now we can set our sights on the big picture. To that end, President Xi invited me to Beijing in April, which I accepted, and I followed through, where he will be my guest for a state visit in the U.S. later in the year. We agreed that it is important and we communicate often, which I look forward to doing. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So yeah, it was a big announcement by President Trump. Trump made the announcement after he spoke with the president by phone nearly a month after the two leaders met in person in South Korea, saying that they discussed issues including Ukraine, fentanyl, and purchases of American soybeans. The omissions from each side signal that sticking points remain for the two superpowers, even as they highlight common ground following a series of talks to ease a trade war that has threatened the global economy. The conversation came as China-Japan relations have plunged to a new low following recent remarks from Japanese Prime Minister saying the military in Japan, a key U.S. ally, could get involved if China were to take action against Taiwan, the self-governing island that Beijing says must come under its rule. My best guess is China is worried about the escalation in tensions with Japan. The reference to Taiwan and the post-World War II order directly points to the spat with Japan over Taiwan, said the director of the China program at the Washington-based think tank. They also talked about Ukraine. That is an issue China is interested in due to the new peace negotiation. So we will continue to follow the main news there that President Trump will be going to Beijing come next year, and then later next year as we will see the Chinese president here in the United States at the White House.